Good evening. I'm glad you all came tonight for our budget workshop. You know that's what you're here for, right? It's only 4 hours long, okay? Just kidding. All right, we do have a member of the Ministerial Alliance with us tonight. Pastor Pete, would you please come forward?
Let's pray. Father, we want to thank you for being so good to us. And we just appreciate so many blessings. We thank you, Lord, for our town here. And it's just a blessing in so many different ways. And we think about our school system and recognizing the accomplishments, here tonight. And just, bless these students as they're out and for this summer, and also all the, staff, teachers, and administration. And God, may they have a good, refreshing summer. And Lord, as we think about our leaders and decisions that they make, we need wisdom from above. And there's a lot of weight on their, their shoulders. And we just pray you'll guide them through, even the daily decisions that are made. So just guide us now in Jesus' name. Everybody says, amen.
Amen. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Zoom in. Bouncy.
I call the June 2nd, 2026 Board of Aldermen meeting to order. City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Rachel Kilmer. Here. Kelly Netto. Here. Bart Easter.
Here.
Shane Shawbaker.
Here.
Tracy Newcomer.
Here.
Pam Pope.
Here.
And Mayor Dana Webb.
Here, thank you. The next item on the agenda is new business, deletions, or continuances. We do not have any new business, or any deletions, excuse me. The next item will be public comments. I see we do have a public comment tonight. Linda, would you like to come up and state your name, please?
Give me a second.
Can we turn that this way, please?
You don't like dogs that bend against my wall.
Oh, we won't start the clock until you get up here.
There you go. Okay. My name is Linda Lucas, and I've lived in Oak Grove since 1978.
Your
And
address, please.
213 Southwest 19th Street, Oak Grove, Missouri.
Thank you, Linda. You may start your public comments.
Okay, we have a problem with e-bikes and scooters, okay? A couple weeks ago, I had an 8-year-old get hurt in my driveway, flip. And I'm here to let people know that I will not treat your child in any way if they are hurt or flip in my driveway. I will call 911 first. Another thing on these e-bikes, there is 61.7% in Orange County, California, that have been in wrecks from the ages 11 to 14. CNN did a special on it last Friday after Matt called me. Well, before Matt called me. But any proposals that you make, because we have a highway here, F Highway, but it's also our Broadway, I don't know how you're going to get them to be licensed and to be sure of proof of insurance, which we need, because if they're involved in a wreck, they need to be licensed. And do you register them here at City Hall? But they also need to be licensed, because I have bigger e-bikes. I have a neighbor that drives to Blue Springs on his e-bike to go to work. So they're on the highway too, as well. So in order to be safe, there's a lot of questions I have and a lot of things that I would like to have answers to, like how do we control it? How do we get the kids to obey stop signs, yield signs, stoplight crossings, not to jump out in front of me at Salem and Broadway like they did. They crossed right in front of me, two of them, and I hit my brakes. Thank God I didn't hit the kids. But they're not obeying what we have to obey as drivers of cars. So we need to get that across to them. Safety is the number one issue, and they need to learn what these signs are. Because my street is a racetrack. Because we can't park our cars on 19th Street because they use it to parasail down that hill. And that girl flipped, and she had blood on her arm and took her face, one side of her face out. And I'm not going to treat your child because I could get sued. And that's one thing you got to consider. You're on my property. You didn't have my permission, and I will not treat you.
Linda, you heard that little alarm. That's your 2 minutes, okay?
Who did that? The chief?
No,
You're under arrest.
Kim runs the clock. But Linda, as always, I appreciate you coming out and being part of public comments.
Well-
Please stay tonight for the meeting. If you notice, item number 4 is discussion about that.
Okay, and Matt called me, and I thank him for my return call that I had after that girl got hurt. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Linda.
Bless you.
The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. These items are considered on the consent agenda so that members of the Board of Aldermen and Women, by unanimous consent, can designate routine items to be approved by one motion. Tonight, we have approval of the May 4th, 2026 Board of Aldermen and Women meeting minutes, expenditures through May 14th, 2026, and the April 2026 financial statement.
Make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
A second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is unfinished business. We do not have any unfinished business. We will move on to new business. And the first item is our presentations. We are going to come down on the floor and join everyone. You guys have your spots? All right, good evening again. Thank you all for coming tonight. We really appreciate you coming out this evening and being part of our Panther Proclamation ceremony. Can you believe it? This is our 5th year of doing this. And some of you may not know, but the city and the school have a great relationship. We spend time together. We have collaborative meetings together at least once or twice a year. Actually, your superintendent and I call each other on our cell phones to discuss things. And it's quite a joy in a city for a city and the school district to have such a good relationship, an open, working, collaborative relationship. And then to add to that, our Board of Aldermen and Women, they love to celebrate achievements. So that's why, if you're here tonight, you are invited because we're going to celebrate each and every one of you. So we have a proclamations here, and if you have never been here before, I'm going to explain to you a little bit what we're going to do. I'm going to read just to kind of the body of what the proclamation says, and then each one of these men and women have a list of names. And then you're going to come up and you're going to come around this side, okay, when your name's called. And then you're going to walk right down here, and then you'll be handed, I'll hand you your proclamation, shake your hand, and then you'll go around that way. Oh, you'll pose, you'll stop for a minute for a picture. And then you know you have your very own Eric Mitchell back there taking pictures as well. So we're going to get started. It's kind of just keeps moving, but you can do a Panther clap. How about that? So we're not having a lot of clapping. So let's practice that, everyone. Panther clap. There it is. So each time we call someone's name, that's what we'd appreciate. All right, here we go. This is what the proclamation says. Whereas Oak Grove High School has a rich heritage and a long history of great pride in all students who are striving to reach their educational goals as well as their personal goals while participating in extracurricular activities. Whereas extracurricular activity is an essential part of a student's well-being, rounded educational experience. In particular, meaning applications of basic skill learned and extend beyond the classroom. These students have patience, persistence, and they practice lifelong lessons that benefit them after their years of high school. Whereas students who participate in extracurricular activities often forge close relationships with others on team bonding together over common passion and a feeling of community, honor, and of representing their hometown that often last well after their high school years. Whereas they've exhibited incredible hard work, discipline, and dedication to achieve these accomplishments under the direction of their head coach. So now tonight, I, Dana Webb, and the Board of Aldermen and Women do hereby commit this night as our Panther Proclamation Night. So we're going to start, and we're going to call each of your names, and then right now, we want to congratulate each and every one of you ahead of time because we know it gets a little crazy when it's over. Eric he keeps reminding me back there that at the very end, he would like all of you out there, Eric? He wants all of you that get a certificate to come up here, and we're going to take one large picture. Now, she doesn't want me to say this, but this would not be possible without Kim Drury. Kim, raise your hand. City Clerk and Assistant Tina Dale. They put this together. There's a nice picture collage thing, or what is that out there, where they, backdrop, thank you, where you can get your picture taken. We want you to enjoy, linger, and then if you'd like to, you're invited to stay for the entire meeting. You might want to hear about the e-bikes. All right, we're going to get started. Who's the first one? Rachel.
Okay, so to start tonight, this group of student athletes participated in multiple disciplines at the state level, and so we are going to recognize them at this time with one certificate for all of their accomplishments. They are noted in the program with an asterisk. So first up, we have Serenity Arangua. Serenity, if you're here, come on up. We have third place in Basketball Special Olympics and bronze unified doubles Special Olympic bowling. Next up, we have Elliot Atwell. Elliot was a state qualifier in boys wrestling and third team All-State football. Now we have Jackson Dowler. Jackson was gold in individual skills basketball Special Olympics and gold unified doubles Special Olympics bowling. Parker Elmaker. Parker was state qualifier in speech and debate and trumpet trio bronze rating. Courtney Kemp. Courtney was a state qualifier in girls golf and a silver rating choir soloist. Next we have Aaliyah Kirk. Aaliyah was gold unified doubles Special Olympics bowling and double quartet gold rating. And we have Marissa Kirk. Marissa was fourth place basketball Special Olympics and bronze unified doubles Special Olympics bowling. Ashton Meyer. Ashton was third place basketball Special Olympics and unified doubles Special Olympics bowling. Nadalyn Mesa. Nadalyn was a state qualifier in FCCLA and SSAA double quartet gold rating. Dylan Nance. Dylan, fourth place basketball Special Olympics and gold unified doubles Special Olympics bowling. Chase Nelson. Trumpet trio bronze rating and fifth place Scholar Bowl individual. Thank you for being here, Chase. Yes, smile while the room is silent. Just what you wanted to do. Okay. Next up, we have Sophia Rivers. Sophia was 8th place cross country and 3rd place in the 600 meter and 4th place in the 3,200 meter track and field. James Rose. James is state qualifier in esports. Come on up, James. Okay, next up we have Isabel Sisk. Isabel was violin solo silver rating and all-state honorable mention choir. Lastly, for this list, we have Wyatt Swafford. Wyatt was state qualifier speech and debate and flute solo gold rating and flute trio silver rating. So a round of applause for all of the multidiscipline award winners.
I have number 1. Is that right? Mine has a number. Okay, we've got cross country, Peyton Melcher for state qualifier. Boys wrestling, we have Everett Hargis, state qualifier, and Jackson Miller. Esports, we have Alexander Oleski. All of these are state qualifier, then I'll have to say it a lot. Ellis Bowen, Charlie Dennis, John Freeman. Oh, yep, thank you.
I should have told you guys at the beginning. If you're going to come up here, we have to pause and take a picture, okay? All right, Kelly, proceed.
Okay. Coy Honeycutt.
Congratulations, Coy.
Oh, man. Logan Kennan. Okay, this group has a lot of people here, so you guys are awesome. Nice work. Thank you for showing up. Everett Leeper. Jack Macklin. Sorry if I said your name wrong.
Congratulations, Jack. Welcome.
Lyle Seamer. And Braden Weatherton. Okay, round of applause for that group.
Okay, next is speech and debate. The team head coach is Ashley Davis. First up, Sarah Eccles, Skylar Moriarty, Annabelle Sawyer. Then we have FCCLA with the head coach Catherine Ferbert, Jaylee Fordham, Grayson Graham, and Elizabeth Purvis. Okay, and the next group is Skills USA, Dustin Lohr, Jack Reeder, and Matthew Ward. Oh, I'm sorry, Jack. I didn't see him stand up. Yay.
That's Jack.
I think it's Jack.
Are you
yeah.
Jack? Congratulations, Jack.
Okay, and Matthew Ward. Not here. Okay.
All right, next up we have cross country under head coach Jackson Magari. First up is Hannah Smith, 23rd place cross country. Then Jackson Weber, 29th place cross country. Then we have softball under coach Mickey Wheeler.
Hold on, I got Hannah. Come. Congratulations, Hannah.
All right,
Where are you?
softball head coach Mickey Wheeler. First up is Addison Marsh, first team All-State softball. Molly Munson, first team All-State softball. Then we have volleyball under head coach Kate Sollers, the entire volleyball team for third place at state.
Is Kate here?
Okay. Emery Brown, first team All-State volleyball. Paisley Hudson, first team All-State Volleyball, and Piper Hudson, first team All-State Volleyball. Now we're moving into winter sports. We have boys wrestling under head coach James Scully, Lex Johnston, third place state wrestling, Cale Martin, wrestling state champion, first place, Perry Morgan, third place state wrestling, and Amos Parks, fifth place state wrestling. And then last on my list is boys basketball under coach Ethan Shackelford, Philip Nadeau, all-state basketball.
Ready? All right, next up, we have the Special Olympics basketball head coach Nick Marty. Underneath them, we have Josiah Brown, third place basketball. Emmett Chance, fourth place basketball. Kale Elam, fourth place basketball. Zeth Mahurin, third place basketball. Ashton Walker, third place basketball. Yep.
Congratulations, Tess.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Special Olympics bowling head coach under Nick Marty again. We have Callie Herman and Hadley Smith, gold unified doubles. Next, we have spring sports. We have track and field head coach Garrett Higby. We have Eva Alexander, state champion first place and shot put fourth place. We have Kiana Lamel, javelin state champion first place.
Okay, now we come to the music program. We have band, high school band, director Nathan Long. For the symphonic band, which is all of the upper level, I guess, band students, they received a large ensemble exemplary rating. So that's going to be for all of symphonic, so Panther clap for the whole entire symphonic band. Okay, and then we have, I'm sorry if I say your name wrong, Rosalba Bautista, flute trio, silver rating. Caleb Bryan, trumpet solo, silver rating. Terrence Cox, trumpet solo, silver rating, and trumpet trio, bronze rating. Kieran Dishman, trumpet solo, silver rating. Ellie Douglas, keyboard mallet, solo, silver rating, and snare drum solo, gold rating. Ellie? I think so. Are you Ellie? Yes. I feel like I'm just photobombing every picture. Yeah. Chloe Earl, flute solo gold rating and flute trio silver rating. Nathan Herbert, tenor saxophone solo silver rating. Jackson McGinnis, trumpet solo silver rating. Tristan Munson, trumpet solo silver rating. Billy Cruz Nash, alto saxophone solo bronze rating. Corinne Rose, keyboard mallet solo silver rating. And finally, Sunny Zard, keyboard mallet solo bronze rating. Okay, congratulations to the band.
Next up, we are moving on to choir under Director Charity Shoup. First up, the Radiance Choir received a large ensemble exemplary rating. And then the Mass Choir received the large ensemble exemplary rating. Catherine Belts received SSAA double quartet gold rating. Samantha Couch received all-state and vocal solo silver rating and SSAA double quartet gold rating. Haley Johnson received all-state honorable mention and vocal solo silver rating and SSAA double quartet gold rating. Alice McLaughlin received all-state honorable mention and SSAA double quartet gold rating. Tucker Mona Smith received vocal solo silver rating. Asia Nugan received vocal solo silver rating. Lily Sears received all-state and SSAA double quartet gold rating. Giselle Sierra received SSAA double quartet gold rating. Waylon Weir received vocal solo silver rating. And our last one is Leah Welter, vocal solo silver rating.
And the choir should have had to sing for us.
I'm last, but they tried to throw a loop, give me a loop here. So what we have is the Scholar Bowl director, Jennifer Garrett. We have a special proclamation. If she's here, is she here? The Scholar Bowl team got third place in state. So congratulations to the whole team. And in particular, we have Chase Reinhardt. He placed fifth place individual and also an annual National Academic Quiz Tournament National Qualifier. Category of DECA, we have Luke Schartz, Principles of Finance, sixth place, and DECA National Qualifier. In the category of Skills USA, we have Cameron Chisholm, Firefighting Bronze and Firefighting Physical Fitness Medal awarded by Chief Lynn Fire Department. And last, I have Mariah Schwartz. She received the culinary second place.
Okay, well, I understand that we have coaches out and about working tonight in June because that's what they do. So, high school coaches play a vital role in shaping the success, character, and future of their student athletes. Through countless hours of preparation, mentorship, and leadership, they make personal sacrifices to build strong, unified teams that exemplify dedication, discipline, and sportsmanship. Their commitment extends far beyond practices and competitions. They're also fostering teamwork, confidence, resilience, and a sense of community among their athletes. The outstanding achievements earned at state-level competitions are a testament not only to the talent and hard work of the students, but also the guidance, encouragement, and unwavering support provided by their coaches. Their dedication to excellence leaves a lasting impact on both their teams and the community that they proudly represent. Congratulations to the following recipients. If any of you are present, please stand and remain standing. First one I know is out and about. We have volleyball head coach Kate Sollers. She is the Greater Kansas City Officials Association Jerry Thomas Memorial High School Volleyball Coach of the Year. Next, we have girls basketball head coach Mickey Wheeler. District Coach of the Year and KMZU Dream Team Class 4 and 5 Coach of the Year. Boys basketball head coach Ethan Shackelford. Class 4 District 14 Boys Basketball Coach of the Year and KMZU Class 4 and 5 Coach of the Year. Boys Wrestling Head Coach James Scully. 2026 MWA Class 2 District 4 Coach of the Year. OGHS Wrestling Team Assistant Coaches Staff as a unit. Are any of you present? Panther clap for them. They were the 2026 MWA Class 2 District 4 Assistant Coaches of the Year. So round of applause for all of our coaches.
Once again, thank you all for coming tonight. We really appreciate you being here. And then one last thing, any Oak Grove School District staff or school board that's in the room, would you please stand, and we're going to give you a round of applause. Mindy, Dave. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We're going to do one group picture with all the students, so if you would start making your way up this way. Can I get some help moving this stuff? Yeah, you guys go up above. Sorry. Yeah, I think so. Or just scoot it back.
Are we just squeezing in?
Yeah, we'll just fill the gaps.
James Whalen switch. James Tucker switch. He's just a little too tall. Second row, kneel down a little. No, you guys are first row, second row.
Aw, they don't have to see us. Yeah, we can do tiptoes. Thanks. Thanks again. Please enjoy the backdrop to take pictures, and then we'll close the doors there once you leave, but you can linger in the lobby if you'd like to.
Oh, too. Look at you thinking ahead. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You lie. That's okay. What the heck? No one wants to hear about the light poles?
Can someone from the school district please come forward and take these remaining proclamations, please? Thank you.
Give me a second.
What's her name?
It's gonna be, yeah, I think it's past that, actually.
He's a new principal, isn't he?
Uh-huh, yeah, good job, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, we were gonna look for Corinne. She's in
Yeah,
band.
I know something.
So it's gonna be back.
I think that's why I like this so
Kids were
much.
here. Corinne.
Because everything I know
Corinne wasn't here, and he's
pertains
here,
to
and he
what
said he
we
would
do,
take it.
you know,
I would love it if I
watch
could.
the other stuff. Pretty bad about it.
Yeah, he's sleeping right here. I think it's gonna be midway.
Yeah, we got a couple people.
Thanks,
who
Captain.
stay.
I think I'm just gonna tell him that.
You're in band now. Just close.
So we had an esports state qualifier. Is that split up into? Do you know if that's split into 4A, 6A? I don't know that either. I know it's a big deal. I've watched it. I've watched it. It's interesting to me. I like esports in general. I just didn't think they're really state. You know, I didn't think that would be a. Yeah, I know they go by games. They definitely go by games. Smash Bros. Is really the only ones that overgrow.
Maybe it's in this spec. Because I haven't looked through this one yet. Yeah.
Like it was like, do we play? Do we play kids from districts out? I guess, and is that an unfair advantage or is it the same in the field?
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Absolutely. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
You too.
This is me. Yes.
You didn't want to stay?
Good, Kim?
Yes, thank you.
The next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding an application for site plan review and design for the expansion of Midwest Mini Storage. Justin?
Yes, thank you. So what you have before you tonight is the site plan design review for Harvey Summers, who's the owner of the Midwest Mini Storage, looking to add additional storage units. The site is currently zoned M1, currently contains 10 buildings. The project will be completed in 2 phases, north of Northwest 4th Street. This includes the addition of 17,320 square feet of storage. The proposed expansion increases the total number of storage buildings from 10 to 16. I had a typo in the last one, and I thought I got them all, but I did not. So 10 to 16, which requires approval of the site plan. So the site itself consists of almost 3 acres. Stormwater review was completed and approved, which if you would like to see that report, it's available by request. Detention will be northeast on the property, landscape buffer to the south as well as the northeast around the detention pond. Utility easements were vacated previously on 10/20/25 and a minor plat completed 4/24/26 for this development. Metal panels may be allowed in the industrial district, as you know, with conjunction of the masonry construction, provided those materials are approved by both the Planning and Zoning Commission and the Board of Aldermen. Looking at the site plan, each building will have a stone facade to the south facing 4th Street. It also includes the required off-street parking in accordance with the city code. So upon review of the application supporting plans, city staff finds that the proposed site plan meets the general requirements of the EDC as well as the comprehensive plan. City staff does recommend approval of the revised site plan and design, as well as Planning and Zoning did approve this with no other recommendations at their May 5th regular meeting. I believe Harvey's here, yes. So if there's any other questions.
Thank you, Justin. Pam, would you like to give any kind of an update as the liaison from Planning and Zoning Commission?
There wasn't a lot more discussion on this one. We already had an idea, I believe, in October of what was going to happen. This was just the final site plan. Personally, I'm excited that so many trees and shrubs are going to be put in. So I think that the plan looks attractive. I think there was 16 trees, 61 shrubs, something like that, included in it. And I think the only question that came up during the meeting was there any signage? And there had been no request for signage. So the presumption was that they were just using current signage.
Very good. Does the board have any questions for Justin?
I make a motion, we approve the application for a site plan and design review for the expansion of Midwest Mini Storage.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the site plan and design review for the expansion of Midwest Mini Storage. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding additional streetlights at Edgewood Meadows, Phase 1. Oh, CE.
Mayor and Board, you have before you a proposal for an item for streetlights for the Phase 1 of Edgewood Meadows. There's 9 streetlights to be added in that area. Evergy gave us their plan. It does come out to be $286.11 a month, but the developer does pay for the first 5 years. So it's just something that we need to get approval on so we can have the city administrator execute the agreement.
Thank you, CE. Does the board have any questions?
Yeah, I hate to show my ignorance, but are there lights already there, or is this new development?
I think this is just some additions.
Okay. I guess since it's developed, do the people feel like they need it, or does the city feel like they need it, or?
So my understanding is this is what was part of the plan, and it's just been added on.
Okay.
They were already, correct me if I'm wrong, they were in the development plan. Right, Matt?
Yeah, so whenever a new subdivision comes in, staff looks at where streetlights ought to be placed. Typically, they're going to be at intersections, into cul-de-sacs. If it's a long strip, over several hundred feet, we might put one mid-block. And then if it's at a hill with a steep incline or maybe a valley, a streetlight might go there. So each individual subdivision might be slightly different. Edgewood Meadows right now is the streets are in and complete. The process typically, staff will identify where those lights should go. Part of their permit application, the developer pays includes for the first 5 years of those streetlights. We then send to Evergy the request of general locations that we'd like to see them. And then Evergy goes and they can take up to 6 months to do the engineering. And usually they're pretty close to where staff has said, hey, we'd like to see one here, but sometimes where a transformer might be or a source of power, they might move it a few feet one direction or the other. Sometimes they've moved it to a different side of the intersection just for ease, and they'll say, hey, are you okay with that? And generally speaking, as long as the light proliferates, fine. And then now at this step, we come back to the board with the design. Once that's approved, it then gets sent to the Evergy build team, and that can take another 6 months. Does that answer the question?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Thank you, Matt. Any other questions about the streetlights?
I make a motion to approve the streetlights for Edgewood Meadows Phase 1.
A second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the streetlights for Edgewood Meadows Phase 1. Any discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. The next item on the agenda is discussion regarding e-mobility. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. What I've provided you is a document that I've taken 4 sources and really tried to summarize them, even though it's 12 pages long, I know, but still trying to summarize them. And I started off with the Mid-America Regional Council report, or the white paper that they posted just after the first of the year. In that, I took what was relevant to just the e-bikes and e-mobility and summarized that. And then taking that, I also summarized the Oak Grove related devices and operating requirements. Then compared those two to see where we meshed, where we were different in the requirements, and then my recommendation at the end. Not wanting to go through all of that. What I'm asking for is direction from the board and how we as a community want to address this based on the information that's here and understanding that we have amongst all the communities a really misunderstanding of what all of these different types of mobility devices are, how to classify them, where to allow them, where not to, and how do we wish to enforce it without being too draconian in that. And the fact that we're a small community, we want the kids, the teenagers to enjoy themselves, but we want them to be safe as well. And so in that, I would like to propose that first we have education into what these devices are, because even Mark has classified them as class 1, 2, and 3. Class 1 and 2 being that electronic mobility device that goes up to 20 miles an hour. Could be pedal assisted, could not be pedal assisted, but those are going to be for all riders. And then a class 3, which goes up to 28 miles per hour, should only be ridden by those 16 and older. And depending on the area, there may be some licensing requirement, but not so much in through the state. And then we get into the e-motors themselves, which truly are those that go above 30 miles an hour and can be ridden pretty much anywhere except for the interstate highways. Those should only be ridden by licensed drivers and must have a motorcycle endorsement for those as well. They may not need to be licensed by the state, depending on how they're operated and how it's set up, but each one of those is an individual requirement as well. So I'm looking to educate the public, to put out as much as we can about understanding what you're riding, and then understanding where you can ride that and how it can be ridden, and the equipment that's required, because there is a helmet requirement for certain ages. And then we also have to address what our current ordinances are, our current municipal code, because we're looking at a municipal code that was written for a time when we thought that segways were going to be the next up-and-coming thing. Well, segways were a drop in the pan, and no one rides a Segway now. So a lot of our ordinances were written to cover Segways and what we called pocket rockets back in the day, the small motorcycles. All those things have dropped out, so we need to rewrite our ordinances as well. But I think education is first, then we go to that roadside education, and then we start to hold parents accountable once we have given it enough time to where people should understand this is a problem. Do we see problems in the neighborhoods? Yes, we do. Do we see complaints on HOA sites? Yes, we do. Luckily, we haven't had any serious accidents, but that's not to say it couldn't happen, and we need to plan for that. So I would be happy to answer any questions. I know it's a lot of information, but happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you for putting this together. It is time to have discussions, so I'm really glad that you did this. I like board chime in. This is discussion time. I really
Yeah,
like
had
your
questions
education.
about the
Yeah.
education purpose of it, or how? Educate how? Is it just flyers, or what were you, is it just overall education, talking to people?
We're taking a lot from what we're seeing in the other communities do. There has to be postings. There has to be that which use my staff to put together flyers, and that which catches the eye, which provides just that clear direction of what is allowed and where it's allowed. Because even in that, we have to understand too that as a community, okay, if we drop down to the skateboards are not supposed to be allowed on sidewalks. But in a neighborhood, am I going to be sending officers out to stop skateboard riding on sidewalks? No, that's not my concern. Is there a conversation that can be had about safe operation? You bet. But there's just those minor things that, certain things that they do own, that they have bought for presents, may need to be operated only on private property and not on any public property. And so there's some direction that needs to be provided there.
Do we have that direction? Do we know what those qualifications are internally for, like, for you guys,
If
us?
state is following along, or Mark is following along state, that we're all falling into this category of 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
and then putting e-motos outside of that.
Right.
So the e-motos are easy to classify. Those that go above 30 miles an hour have a certain engine component to them. It's the e-bikes that we probably need to educate more on than anything, that your e-bike is okay if it's a class 1 and 2, available to be operated by any age that's able to operate a bicycle. It's the E3s that get up into the higher speeds that still may look the same, but if it's a higher speed, it can only be over 16 years of age, as well as the safety equipment that should be worn.
Right.
Now, we're trying to educate parents on that, and some parents aren't going to push that,
Yeah.
even though it's the best thing for their dependents.
I think, so for me, I know absolutely nothing about them, other than I've noticed the uptick in them also. So for me, I think it's like we're really splitting hairs, right, is what it sounds like, trying to distinguish what's 1, 2, and 3. So like, I don't know, would it be
How do you even do it?
would it be the most logical just to approach it from a helmet standpoint to start, of like, let's at least get helmets on them so that your police officers have a reason to pull kids over and say, hey, and then they go home to their parents, and then it triggers the conversation, like, more than trying to educate this complicated system. But, I don't know, just, I'm totally spitballing as a
Right.
complete layperson. But
That 100%, especially before enforcing it, I feel like that's I feel like that's jumping a little bit too far into that. But
Before enforcing what? What do you mean?
like sending out, you wouldn't send out an officer for a person skateboarding on the sidewalk. If they're zooming around without their helmets, or kids zooming around, it's probably in that same.
You mean do education
Route.
first?
Yes.
Before, okay, that's the
Before
part I
enforcing.
missed. Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to address that, or a question, because some time ago, we had a joint meeting with the school board, and we discussed education and the school resource officers possibly performing that at school. So is that in part of this picture?
It would be 100% possible, but that's a time and place opportunity that, we would have 3 months here to get that prepared.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so when they get back into school, because while I see most e-bike riders wearing a helmet of some fashion, my concern is a lot of these standing scooters that I've seen kids coming to school each morning on the scooters, and they're not wearing a helmet.
I see,
Right.
I see two of them. Two of them holding,
And so, and the scooters can go just as fast as the class 1 and 2 e-bikes, so.
And that's my other thing is 20 miles an hour, it still looks visually really fast if you're standing in your driveway and a kid whizzes by at 20 miles an hour, but technically that's still compliant with the state law. So I just don't know. I don't know. to me, the helmet is the tangible thing that we could start with. That's
Mm.
easier. It's like very clear versus, I
Been
mean,
the
are we
same
gonna be
message
radar gunning
forever.
them to see if they're going 20 or 30? You know what I mean? Like,
No, but I
so-
think it does help to have a distinction for parents who, my son wants one. I
Yeah.
don't want him to have one, but he
Yeah.
wants one. So if
Yeah.
I can look at this and go, here, this is what the city laws are, it's,
Yeah.
you know, to have some distinction, like,
Sure.
we won't be able to visually tell, and I
Yeah.
highly doubt that the police force are out there with the radar gun, but it has, gives us a
At least
beat.
scare them a little bit.
Yes, yeah.
I see what you mean by the helmet,
But I
because
do like the
that
helmet, yes.
terrifies me when I see any of them without a helmet.
Well, it's just like an easy visual
Yes.
thing too.
It is visual.
a quick
I think
grasp.
then also it might be given a little bit, if you say, oh, wear a helmet, but then we're giving them permission that then maybe
Go
the,
fa- I'm just thinking start there with enforcement. It's kind
Sure.
of what I'm thinking is like what, if, it sounds like you guys have a pretty clear idea of like what
Yeah.
you would want it to look like.
And I mentioned enforcement, but that was my third on the list.
Yeah.
Because,
Yes.
because I think we have to identify what you're operating,
Yeah.
the equipment that's required, and then where it may be operated. So I think that's one campaign right there.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
Where is a big part of it, because I've come
Yeah.
across them on the outer road where they're, I mean, it's just so very, very dangerous, you can't see them.
It is.
As opposed to a city street, so where is very important, I feel.
So-
What's honestly
But what's the difference
insane to
between
me
that
is-
and a bike? What's the difference between that and a bike?
So,
The
the,
speed.
Yeah.
one way to tell is
I can get pretty fast on a bike.
a bike has pedals.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
don't
There's
have
I get it.
pedals.
I'm talking about the education and the enforcing of these rules for people who are traveling via bike or via a scooter that both go 20 miles an hour. I could go 20 miles an hour on a bike very simply. It's should be the same education. It should be just brought into that tier. When we talk about bikes, we talk about everybody wearing their helmets. Whenever we're talking about it should be just, the talk should be about wearing helmets, and then everything we should be wearing helmets
Right.
for. It should no longer, whenever your kid says they're gonna ride their bike, you tell them to you wear their helmet. It should be synonymous in your brain. That's where we're talking about the education. But I feel like we're again, splitting hairs. A scooter going that fast and a bicycle going that fast is,
A Class 1 and 2 e-bike is the same classification of a bicycle.
Right.
Should be ridden to the right of the road, proper hand signals, have the ability to brake, have reflectors, things of that nature. So maybe it's that education for the parents to look at, you're looking at a product, if you're going up to a Class 3 or an e-moto, that is well beyond your child's ability, or should not be operated by your child because this is a motor vehicle.
It's like a motorcycle.
Yeah,
It's
it's
one
like a
thing below a
motorcycle.
motorcycle.
You don't have a
Yeah.
driver's license. You don't know the rules of the road.
Yes.
You don't, and you're not lit up with
Yeah.
lights. I mean, I ride a bike and I wear a helmet, I have lights, I get in the turning lane, I turn with the traffic. When these, you see, not all, but we're seeing an uptick of not e-bikes, more or less almost like the motorcycles, they're just dodging in and out of traffic or cutting in front of traffic. And, oh my goodness, I mean, yes, it looks fun, and I'm sure it is, but it's dangerous, is where we're at.
okay, I also, you guys might hate this, so I'm so sorry. But I'm so glad the kids are outside.
Yes.
So like, how do we
I'm
approach
saying
this from
that.
the way
Right.
that's not punitive? And
You're right.
instead, like, what if we approach it from a Parks and Rec perspective? Do we have a bike-a-thon where they come out and then we have the police educating there? I don't know.
Well, they can ride the trails at Ben Oak.
Yeah.
You know, they
But,
can,
like,
they
what
can
if
do
we
that.
did put forth an effort to encourage that and be like, hey, this is a place you are allowed to ride. Here are the rules here. You know, I don't know, a setting where we can gather people to educate, because the
love
other
it.
thing is how do we educate other than tasking the police officers with pulling kids over on.
Yeah, no,
you know,
no, I don't. I think the education is the big thing of letting parents know. When you read articles or you even hear in our surrounding cities, some of them are banning them
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
Or they're putting really strict rules on them as far as the classifications. But I really like the educational piece.
Have you guys seen the cities where there's like a bike brigade where they all ride their bikes to school
Yes.
together. Like, I don't know, is that something we could try to, where it's like kids are riding them to school? Wouldn't it be safer to encourage it rather than, and like, be like, here's the boundaries around it? And like, I don't know.
No,
If we
yeah.
could think outside the box on it a little bit, I think we would have a more effective reaction than just coming in and being like,
Oh, no, I don't think,
dangerous. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
I
Like,
feel like we're talking about two different things here, because I feel like you guys are like thinking like the scooters and the shorter or less speed things. And in my brain, the only thing I'm thinking of is the ones that the kids are like 12 years old, and it's basically a motorcycle.
They do not have
That's what I
pedals.
think.
That's what I'm
So then
thinking
if
of.
I can
They
understand,
literally go like
is that,
35
that has
miles
to be
an hour.
class 3.
That's the class
Yes,
3.
but they're not 16.
They're not
They
16.
don't know the rules of the road. They don't, like the scooters, yes, they can go quick, but there's just, I don't know, there's a different level. These are completely different trains of thought.
But just as if someone was riding their bicycle at night without the reflectors, you would go out there, and if you saw a kid zooming 35 down, you would say something to him. It's
Yes.
not like it's not being educated right then and there as
Yeah.
well. So
The difference between that is a button versus a child pedaling 35 miles per hour.
no, the safety. I'm saying the safety,
Yeah.
safety portions of it. Like,
Yeah.
if you see them going 35, we still have those. Those are still things that we still do, that the cops still do. So it's just about getting people to realize that that's not what they should do. And these kids that are being given these things need to be educated that you don't drive 35. Just like, I mean, I feel like whenever I was a kid, it was one of those little rocket or motorcycles that were super tiny came out.
Yeah.
So
Couldn't
I,
leave
Those weren't allowed, at least where I was, they weren't allowed on the roads.
yeah, I think what you're saying is like parents should be parenting, right? That would be the
Yeah.
ideal
That's
world.
cute.
But the only way to get in front of parents is going to be citations, honestly. So I think the most effective way is going to be to partner with the school district and maybe Parks and Rec and try to create an event where we can get in front of kids. So I don't know. I would love to see, like you're saying, education, and if
Yeah.
we maybe put a timeline in place of like, through summer, we're going to be pushing out education as a city, and then starting at the beginning of the school year, the SROs are going to be doing it in the schools, and then starting Jan 1 of next year, that's when it starts enforcement. I don't know, something like that.
It could literally be a point of every event that we have through the end of the year.
Yeah,
We know that we're going to have our table at July 3rd.
yeah.
Right.
the,
Night Out Against
the
Crime.
blast. We know that we're gonna have a table at Lake Skillet. We know that we're gonna have National Night Out, where we could set up a whole event surrounding it. And so the educational prospects are there,
Yeah.
even with online and asking the mayor to do a did you know? So all of those possibilities are there. We just want to make sure that we're doing what is best for the community, and that, again, I want my guys to be public safety officers, but I also want them to use some rational thought processes there too, because even though I see a bicycle going down the sidewalk paralleling Broadway, okay, let's hope that they're going to be kind enough to get off the sidewalk to let the walker, but I don't want that bicycle on the road.
Yeah.
And there's no reason they can't ride their bicycle on Broadway, other than, I don't want to see them on Broadway.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I kind of give that lenience of ride the sidewalk for your safety, but yield to pedestrians who have the right of way. And you would hope that that goes through the whole community, but then again, I have adults who park on sidewalks.
Right, exactly.
So
yeah.
what can I do about that, And so I'm trying to fix things here, and I'll work on these things as well.
At some point, can we look at the code? Because I find it silly that skateboards can't ride on streets, that are on sidewalks. That seems safer than having them on the streets. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like maybe it'd
It's,
be worth.
it's really, the sidewalks are dealing with the downtown business district.
Got it.
And I'm
Yeah.
not for just pedestrians.
Yeah.
Not just
Right.
every sidewalk.
It's not every
Okay.
sidewalk, yeah,
So
it's
the
gonna be.
code you're talking about are
I was gonna
specific
look
Yeah.
that up
for there.
later. That's
Okay.
Because they'll
Got it.
ride a rail or do something
Got
when
it.
they're on the
Yeah.
sidewalk, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, we definitely, I'm asking your permission to address the city code as we have it,
Yes.
because
Yes.
I haven't seen a Segway
Yeah.
since I was last in the plaza.
Too bad.
know.
Those things are cool.
I mean, how do you all feel about Chief starting the process of education first, making some educational posts right now? I mean, I see a lot of posts where even most recently where parents are saying, I'm getting ready to buy my child an e-bike. And they're really talking about, as I read through comments, a motorcycle.
Electric
More
motorcycle.
electric motorcycle. They're not talking about an e-bike. And I don't know if you've all rode an e-bike. There's a big difference between that and a moto. Right.
Well, again, for me, because I don't know, class 3 is, so what you're saying is like class 3 is more like a dirt bike or a motorcycle.
Yeah, when you
Class
see
1 and
kids
2
riding, when you think they're on a bike and their feet are not pedaling, that is the class 3.
Okay, so on class 1 and 2, they do still have to pedal.
Well, there are some class 2s that you
Don't
don't have to
have-
pedal, but they don't want those. They want the faster ones, which
Got it.
I don't blame them, you
Got
know,
it.
that, yeah, it's fun.
I mean, this is all over the place. It's not like we're saying.
We're not the only city.
And we're not the, it's all
No,
over.
it's everywhere. And accidents are happening,
Yeah.
and I like that we would start educating first before we don't want to see an accident happen and then say, oh, now it's time to educate.
And I want to solicit those calls for clarification. I would much rather have the calls, hey, tell me what I have and what I should be looking
Absolutely.
at, rather than just going out and buying blindly, because you can walk right into Costco and get
And
the
buy
wrong
one.
You
thing.
can get them on Amazon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's kind of another off-the-wall idea. You know how when you are having a baby, you go to the fire department and they teach you how to install the car seat? What if it was a thing where we like have an open door, what? No?
Oh, I'm sorry. They didn't do that. I didn't do that. Sorry.
Okay, just thinking, I'm just really type A.
I
Okay.
did that.
I'm just very old. They didn't do that in my
Yeah.
Okay, well, if you're really type A, then you go to the fire department, they teach you how to install the car seat. Is there a scenario where we have, I don't know, an open door policy during business hours at the police department, encourage people to come bring their kids and show, I don't know, like.
I think you would, wouldn't you?
I think that would be just, with any question,
Yeah.
if they're free to come up and
I
inquire.
just would never think, hey, I'm gonna go up to the police department.
You wouldn't.
Without being told, please come. You know what I mean?
You
It's-
need to come hang out at the police department.
Maybe I'm the only one. But like the car seat thing is like a. it is
A known
whole
thing,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
But maybe through his educational post, then people will start inquiring more. They'll start calling and asking.
And the fact it's all
Well,
over
we,
the
we have
news
147 UTVs registered.
Yeah.
So go back 2 years ago when
Yeah.
we started the UTVs.
Yeah.
I would not have thought that we had 147 in the city, but we do.
You seem more confident in people engaging with you than I am, so I will defer to you on that, so.
It's the aged face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would just like to say that the sooner the better. It's summer.
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah.
yeah, they're increasing as the summer's going on. I mean, I'm seeing them everywhere. And not, as Shane said, also not just in our city. They're in every city around us. And I am hearing the same of talking to just fellow mayors. A lot of our surrounding close cities are doing the educational approach first. They don't want to just ban them or put strict rules on them.
And it's not all children.
No, not at all.
It is every
No.
age bracket you could think of.
Right. Anything else?
I'd like to see, I think a good place to start would be to focus on the different classes. Like I said, people don't really understand. And I personally don't understand necessarily all the rules for, say, the bike paths and the new path that going through Webb Park. Because I know that, I've seen that on the north-south direction, that on the south side at least, it does say no motorized vehicles. I don't think people realize that's also referring to electric motorized vehicles.
Right.
And I'm not sure what the rules are. I mean, I know it's supposed to be, I think, a bicycle path, but I like these are for walking, which I assume is fine. But yeah, I see people fly past me sometimes, every once in a while, going probably 25 or faster,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and that's on scooters. So, yes, signs and education, but yeah, so
So, I'm sorry, so our e-bikes are allowed on bike trails or no?
not,
Currently? Sorry.
I think they're
So,
1 and 2, right? But-
If you engage, communities are looking at it, if you're on a class, say a class 1, which has pedals, you would have to engage the pedals while on a bike path.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
See, 'cause
so
I don't know,
now
it's
you
like,
like-
wouldn't you rather have them on the bike trail than on the street?
Yes,
Like-
but not the.
Not the class
Like
3,
he's
so-
saying, you are supposed to be pedaling
Got
when
it.
you're on those bike paths.
Got
And
it.
it also means that you see sometimes in our city and other cities that people utilize the bike trails that you're talking about with golf carts.
Mm-hmm.
And so it means don't drive golf carts on them as well.
Got it.
Motorized vehicle, yeah, or lawnmowers, you know.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the big difference is, are you going 35 on that trail?
Right.
Or are you going 15 on that trail, or, under 20? Bicycles typically will go under less than 20 on a trail like that.
Yeah, surrounding
People are
states that have,
walking, but-
bike trails that are designated for bikes, they actually have speed limits on them. And they have rangers that enforce them. And usually a bike trail speed limit is 15.
Okay. Okay.
I really like your plan of education. How does everybody else feel?
Yeah.
We've got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
And I
Everything.
really do like that you maybe have some literature, that it's the same literature that you have at all of those tables, takeaways. And even things
That's
that,
my plan, is that it will be at every event that we're at,
yeah,
and we will stuff it in the bags that we give out.
And then even if we can't get an organized program with the SROs, at least having the flyers in hands of all the buildings. So when they do back to school nights and stuff, I mean, that's one way to guarantee you can get it in every parent's hand.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yep. And Mindy did offer to do some type of group, yes, said education needs to help start through the school district.
Yeah, and I don't want to step into your area, I mean, but it seems like at some point, we'll need to, at least for egregious violations, might have to do like a written warning or something, keep track. So if somebody
Right, and that goes-
repeatedly violates, we're going to have to get to the point of more than just education.
Based on the age of the rider, the occupant, the driver, that goes to the parent if they're below that. And so that's where that
Yeah.
action has to go.
Which parent? How do you decide?
Pardon me?
But that's probably it.
Whoever answers the door.
That's what.
Yeah.
Noted.
Challenge accepted.
Never come to my door.
Oh, good to know. And I'll be happy to ride all of those bikes for you as examples.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
You're welcome.
I don't think you should, no. I think,
I have them all, so I'll ride them all for you. All right, any other discussion on e-mobility?
nope.
Thank you, Chief. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is information reports. Matt, do you have one?
No, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Chris or Jackson, do you have one? Thank you. Justin,
The new truck is in the parking lot.
Nice.
is it? Okay, good. Are you
Yes.
pleased?
Yes, after careful consideration and a long thinking process.
Yeah,
Yes.
good. Very good. Thanks for letting us know. Chief, anything else?
Thank you.
CE?
We have asphalt on the ground.
Yes, it's been a little slow.
Yes, it's fine.
It has.
They are about complete with North Locust today. They'll move to
Oh, the roads.
Yes,
Gotcha.
Sheridan tomorrow.
it's good. When we start rolling a little bit more, can we do some, post, can Public Works do some post of saying we're here or this completed or something? Yeah, because it's just been kind of slow with several people asking, especially when and areas have been milled already and we're waiting over 2 weeks. So that would be helpful, I think. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Kim?
Yes. We initiated our first email and text message notification in May for reminders for water and utility bills that were due. I think it is new. We did have a little bit of a bug with the system. However, it worked very well. Our list was cut in half, basically, of how many people would have been on the list for a disconnection for a past due balance. So
Really?
It's just phenomenal.
Just as a quick reminder of a text message, and there was a link that you could use to pay the bill right then, or an email message, same thing. So people were getting notified
That's
and
amazing.
So
making the
good.
payments. So that was great. I think it's going to improve, as we use it. And we're hoping and assuming that next month the bugs will be worked out and we won't
Right.
have any issues with that. But we're really happy about it. So we are kind of advertising to make sure that we have your correct and current email and text message or telephone number so that you can receive these messages. And then it can be used for other things as well. If there's a water main break, we should be able to notify those people through this system to say your street is affected
Right.
by this break. So there's other capabilities for that, but it is only for utility usage.
Sure.
We won't be sending out flyers for lick skill or things like that. It's just for
Right.
the utility.
Kim, that news is so good. I mean,
Yeah,
to
it's
think that
great.
the amount of time that staff, that you spend on, the billing day or the water shut-off day, and now it's decreased by just
Half.
these
Just almost
messages,
half
it's
in
just
one-
phenomenal.
Half of people don't struggle during whatever day it is for them because of some silly mistake they forgot and just didn't have a
Right.
reminder.
And It is, and other utilities, gas and electric
Yeah.
and things like that. I mean, it's nice to be able to offer these modern conveniences, really, that
It
people
is.
are expecting and know from other utilities, so.
Yeah,
Half is
good
such a
job.
crazy
Thanks for
return.
sharing. That's worth celebrating.
Thank you.
I think so.
Yeah, you should. Tina? The same as her, ditto, right? You feel the same? Felt the pain. Scott?
No report, thank you.
Rachel?
No report.
Kelly?
No report.
Bart?
None.
Shane?
A month was too long. Just never take one off again.
Oh, my word.
There were 5 weeks, too, in May.
Yeah.
Tracy?
No report.
Pam?
I just wanted to say that the pavement at White Oaks is fabulous. I've got to drive on it now for 24 hours, and it's wonderful.
Oh, good. I know I said it earlier, but Tina and Kim, thank you for putting the Panther Proclamation together. I know it's a lot of work. I mean, it's printing all of the proclamations off and putting the seals on them, putting them in envelopes, and just organizing it all. So really, really do appreciate your time in that. 5 years later, you're still doing it. Yeah, very good. I don't have a report, and so I'm looking for a motion for executive session, please.
I make a motion and move to executive session.
I'll second it.
You got to go through the numbers, Shane.
I was about to, for 610.0212 and 610.02112.
I'll second the numbers you submitted.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn to executive session 6.610.212 and 12. Any discussion? If not, City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Rachel Kilmer,
Yes.
Kelly Netto.
Yes.
Bart Easter,
Yes.
Shane Shawbaker,
Yes.
Tracy Newcomer.
Yes.
Pam Pope.
Yes.
We are adjourned to executive session.
Yeah.